The weather has cooled down, making it perfect for a camping trip. What was meant to be a one-night trip turned into two. With food for just one night, how did we make it through? We arrived at our campsite around 9:30 p.m., and without wasting any time, we got straight to setting up our little home for the night. With the lights up, the tent secured, and the chairs in place, I wasted no time getting dinner ready. With the grill heating up and the smoky aroma mixing with the cool desert breeze, the experience became even more exciting. On the menu, perfectly grilled fish and chicken infused with flavors from an overnight marinade and complemented by a zesty mix of soy sauce, vinegar, and freshly squeezed lemon. We enjoyed our meal under the open sky, the warmth of the food contrasting with the chilly desert air. Once we were done, it was time to clean up. We packed away the dishes and wiped down the table. We sat around the fire, chatting and enjoying the warmth, the flames crackling in front of us. As we relaxed, the full moon cast a soft glow across the landscape, and we noticed the fog slowly rolling in from the other side of the lake. It was like nature itself was wrapping us in a blanket of stillness. I will prepare a Moroccan tea using a ritual I learned from a Moroccan lady who had gifted me this very tea. Using Sultan Grain Amber Tea, a premium Moroccan green tea produced by Sultan Tea, a brand with over 80 years of history. The name Grain Amber reflects the tea's fine quality. Grain refers to its carefully rolled leaves, while amber suggests a rich, warm character. Known for its smooth taste, delicate aroma, and velvety finish, this tea is a staple in Moroccan tea culture, often prepared with fresh mint and a touch of sweetness. But for our cup, I'm skipping the sugar, just letting the natural flavors shine through. We savored the tea, the warmth of the drink perfectly complementing the cool night air. There's something about being surrounded by nature, far from the hustle of the city, that makes everything feel more real, more present. It's the perfect time to finally use the teacups we bought in Avanos, Cappadocia, known for its pottery. As darkness settled in, only the fluorescent lamp lit up the campsite, while the streetlights cast a faint glow over the areas beyond its reach. Around 1 o'clock, we were starting to feel sleepy. With the fog creeping closer and the chill settling in, we decided to head to the tent for the night. This tent will be our home in the desert, its fabric roof sheltering us, and our simple beddings offering a cozy retreat after a long day. We had barely settled in when I peeked outside. The fog had swallowed everything, even the tree beside us. At around 6:30 a.m. the next day, the fog had finally begun to lift from our area, revealing a clear surrounding around camp. But the lake is still hidden by the fog. Despite the gentle light of dawn, the cool temperature pulled me back into a few extra moments of sleep. At 8 o'clock, we woke up to the melodic chirping of birds, the same lullaby that had soothed us through the night. Ducks wandered around, yet our things remained undisturbed, a sure sign that they were well fed. We don't have any neighboring tents yet, but since it's Saturday, more will likely arrive later. Last night, the fog reached all the way to the sand. I slept so well that I didn't even notice the light drizzle. With the fog gone, we can now see the other side of the lagoon where more tents dotted the landscape. We took a moment to admire the natural beauty around us, watching the ducks and birds in their early morning routines, a simple, calming scene that was as delightful as it was relaxing. Feeling inspired, we started preparing breakfast. Paul heated the charcoal to get it ready for grilling the bananas. A captivating sight of a baby swan with the mother, her head dipping below the water. A pair of birds joins the scene as a flock soars across the sky. Savoring the sweet corn while bathing in the soft morning sunshine. Complimentary trash bins are available. Although entry is free, the government ensures the area is kept clean and well maintained. After a nap, we originally planned to head home, but the desert's peaceful energy made it hard to leave. Good thing I brought extra clothes, but our food was only enough for one night. We left camp, leaving everything, our tent and cookware, just as it was, and headed to last exit to get supplies and use a proper washroom. When we returned, everything was untouched, proof the area was safe. Who wouldn't want to stay in a place so peaceful and relaxing? The sunset, a day well spent with nature. When we arrived last night, he was already there. It seemed like his routine, maybe feeding time. Then a car pulled up and the driver intentionally aimed the headlights at the animal. Disturbed, it left and the car drove off shortly after just for the driver's amusement, disrupting a feeding animal. It's not as foggy today compared to last night. We'll spend the evening once more, unwinding by the bonfire until sleep takes over. On the second day, waking up to nature's embrace, we'll savor every moment of the surrounding beauty and tranquility. Later, we'll have to head home as work resumes tomorrow. Thanks to God for keeping us safe.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit bell button of Paul Tonet for more videos.